afternoon. I'm really thrilled to be here this afternoon on an important day, and I appreciate Senator Madden's comments and his advocacy in the New Jersey State Senate, bringing all of his skills and experience of a lifetime on behalf of the people of the 4th District. So we look forward to continuing to work with him in partnership to make the lives of the people we respectively represent better. I appreciate all the previous speakers, the school board administration, school board members. I started my life in public service as a 20-year-old elected to the local public board of education. I understand. Yeah, I'm not that old. I see you growing like that. I just got started early, but in any event, I understand what an incredible, important task it is, and it's a challenging one. Fiduciary responsibility to the taxpayers, and at the same time a fiduciary responsibility to the children to get the best world-class education they can. So I salute the school board members as well, and I appreciate our teachers as represented here through the NJEA. I wanted to be here today because we have to get ready. We've got good news, but it's news that has to be worked on quickly, because we want, when those school bells open and ring, to have as many teachers standing in front of a classroom with smaller class sizes than standing on an unemployment line. On Wednesday, the President signed the legislation that I and others advocated for to keep good teachers in classrooms instead of on that unemployment line. It keeps New Jersey's public school sizes manageable, and it lays the groundwork for economic security in the 21st century. You know, I am continuously of the view that for New Jersey and for our country to be able to be globally competitive in a world that has been transformed by technology, in which the boundaries of mankind are no longer as we thought of them, where an engineer's report is made in India and sent back to the United States for a fraction of the cost. A radiologist's report is done in Ireland and sent to your local hospital to be read by your doctor. Or if you have a problem with your credit card, you pick up your phone and you call an information center and you end up with a call center in South Africa. In pursuit of human knowledge and the delivery of services or a product, we are globally challenged. And to continue to be the world's economic power, to meet that challenge, we need to be at the apex of the curve of intellect, the most highly educated generation of Americans the nation has ever known. We cannot do that if we don't have quality classroom teachers standing in front of these children being able to fulfill their God-given potential. And that's what this legislation is all about. Now, we understand the pressures on the state budget and some of those challenges, but we found a way to not only provide millions here, but to do it in a way that doesn't cost the federal taxpayer a dollar. We put an end to the practice of giving tax breaks to corporations that ship American jobs overseas, and stop that and create opportunities for Americans here at home. We hope that this action is not only going to pay for all of the teachers that we will rehire, all of that money that Governor Christie wrote to me and other members of the federal delegation under FMAP, the Federal Medicaid Assistance that the Senator talked about, but it is fully paid for, and it's paid for in such a way that we hope sends a message to corporate America that we appreciate them, but we appreciate them more when they create jobs here at home than they create jobs overseas. And that's what we're going to continue to send as a message as we continue the days ahead. During this recession that this President and this Congress inherited, people in every city and town in New Jersey have demanded that the Congress and the President act, that we do something. It's the same thing that people said in the Great Depression. They demanded that President Roosevelt and Congress do something to create jobs and get America back on its feet. And they did. They did it over the objections of those who said no to doing anything. This week, over the objections of the Just Say No crowd that we have heard for the last year and a half, we did something as well. We passed legislation that saves teacher jobs, that can, depending upon how the state uses its money, keep cops and firefighters in protecting our community and relieves the pressure on the state budgets. The legislation we pass brings $700 million to New Jersey $270 million to New Jersey schools, over $400 million in state Medicaid funding that can be used in the general services of the state. And as I said, it won't end up costing a dime to the federal taxpayers. To me, that's a win-win situation for New Jersey and for our country. We need to keep the recovery going. We need to do something. For all those parents here in New Jersey who've contacted my office for help, I meet them every time I visit a town at a different event. They write or they call or they come up to me and they tell me that they don't want to see good teachers be laid off. Laying them off means only greater class sizes, making it more difficult for children to learn. I'm proud to be in a district that understands the value of education, even though the budget was cut and had challenges in terms of laying off some teachers and certainly support personnel, a community still rallied around its education system and supported a 12-cent increase to pass the school budget. That meant that the difficult choices would be lessened. And so it's, I think, so fitting and appropriate to have the federal government be part of the assistance here. You know, when you can see the Glassboro High School Student Government Association officers pledge to raise $1,900 needed to reinstate programs that were cut, like 2 football games and 1 boys and girls soccer game, through fundraising events like car washes, you see the spirit of our communities and our country. This legislation is for all those parents who want nothing more than a decent education for their children, who want us to invest in education so their children will have a better, brighter future. And I think in doing so, the nation will have one too. I know the power of education. I know it as the first in my family to be able to go to college and then go to law school. If you told me growing up poor in a tenement in northern New Jersey that I could rise to be one of 100 United States senators in a country of 300 million people, I would have said it probably wasn't likely. But it is the power of our American ideal and ideas that made it happen, and a great education was part of that. I want that to be true for any generation of American that comes after us. So we know these are difficult times. We know how communities are facing challenges, how families are facing challenges, and we believe in doing something, not doing nothing. I believe that what we do today is ultimately an opportunity to create jobs, to provide educational opportunity, to give the state budget relief, and yes, to say yes to New Jersey teachers, yes to New Jersey police and firefighters, yes to New Jerseyans on Medicaid, and yes to preventing cuts to basic community services. It's time to say yes to our people in our nation, not to continue to say